How's she look, boys? Guys, this is the video I've been waiting for, okay? Well, as you can see right beside me here, I got my 1991 Dodge D250 first-gen Cummins that we bought nearly 2 years ago. And ever since I bought it 2 years ago, there has been one objective in mind. And it has been to make this thing into a legitimate farm truck, non-farm truck, because I'm not a farmer. We are putting Longhorns on the front of the truck, along with our own Calico logo on the side to make it look like it's fresh off Criminal Diesel's farm. This thing's gonna be sick. I can't wait. I've been waiting for this for a really long time. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Let's get to the garage. What we got here is a good old set of Longhorns that we got off of Facebook Marketplace. Marketplace gods, once again, answer the call. And brothers, we got 4'11", supposedly. I haven't measured them yet. 4'11" Longhorns to mount on the front of the first gen here. These things are gorgeous. They look like they've been clear coated or something. The design pattern, these are real Longhorns. These aren't plastic. These aren't fake. These aren't like decorative house design things. No, this is like a real horn. Hello. You can tell by the echo for sure. Look at that tip right there. That's the nicest tip you'll ever see today. These things have better paint on them or a better finish than the truck does. We got one horn, we got two horns, and we have the mount. Even though this modification looks pretty relatively simple, I kind of think it is, we are going to have to, unfortunately, degrade the hood of the first gen here. So obviously the paint is not perfect. We're not drilling into a perfect truck. My friend Dayton Cody's like, that thing is gorgeous. The less holes in that truck, the better. But this truck, it kind of has an excuse as far as like the paint and bodywork goes, where we can do stuff like this and kind of get away with it without feeling majorly guilty about it. But these were mounted on a truck prior to this. Now, by the condition of these things, they handle weather very, very well. He did daily drive that truck from my understanding. These things are going to be mounted right here. These horns are pretty much the last priority of this entire horn project here. This is the star of the show for now. So we have to mount this right here. And that sounds easy, right? There's some factors that we have to take into consideration. These studs may and or may not be long enough. You guys will see here in a minute, the underside of the hood is not just like this thin piece of steel that we can just drill through and put another nut on the other side. If you guys know anything about trucks or vehicles, you know that this is like a structural part of the hood of the body. So it has multiple layers of steel right here for wind resistance, crash resistance, impact resistance, whatever you want to call it. So it's a little bit tougher than the rest of the hood, I guess. There is multiple layers that we will have to use a hole saw to drill through to get to these studs. You do have to keep them relatively short for convenience sake, because I do want these horns removable. I don't want them permanently installed, welded to the underside of the hood or whatever, so we can't take them off. It wouldn't even want that, even if like it wasn't illegal to have these things on the hood, but I'm pretty sure it's not 100% legal to do this. So as far as like driving down the road and stuff like that, we are going to have to most likely remove them or hide them, or, you know, unless I got time in my day, I'm going to take them off, most likely. So, and finally, the biggest issue that I think we're going to have with this install is this body line right here on the hood. First gen Dodgers have this body line that goes all the way to the back of the hood, and it does break up the hood. It makes the hood look cool and whatever, like they made them like that. It looks great. But we are going to have to work around this. This is probably going to be the biggest issue, although I don't think it's going to be a major issue. Up underneath here, you guys can see, we're going to have to remove this thing here. It is pretty much just like this wood. I have no idea what kind of wood this is, but regardless, we are going to have to work around it. We're probably going to have to notch it out, sand it down, whatever we do. This can like fit flush with the hood, so we're not battling this. Don't have like an inch of stud hanging out each side, so it's not visible and stuff like that. So we are going to have to make it flush with the hood. Now, with all that said, I want to show you guys exactly what we got going on up underneath here. The horns should be mounted right below this hood spring right here. I believe it's going to be like somewhere right in here, this hood latch. Unfortunately, this spring and this latch are probably in the worst spot possible. Obviously, we don't have the time, resources, or money or skills to relocate this hood latch and the spring within the next 3 hours, we're gonna have to work around those. Ultimately, we're gonna have to take a hole saw. We are going to have to drill through these once we get the exact measurements. How exactly we're mounting these, if we're gonna double nut them, if we're gonna use different studs, if we're gonna use lock washers, I'm not exactly 100% sure yet. It has to get done, and it has to get done fast, unfortunately. But we're not gonna skimp out because I know for a fact, A, these things are going to be extremely dangerous if they fall off of the truck, so we can't skimp out on the actual mounting process of these things. Also, like, I don't want to buy another set. Yeah, that's not going to be fun if we have to do that. So, going to avoid that as much as possible. Well, without further ado, let's get to work. Well, basically brand new. We are slightly limited on how far down this can go because of these ropes here on the side, just the decoration of the actual mount itself. I'm not really sure a solution to this. We're going to draw out the holes, see where those holes land on the other side, and then use a hole saw to drill it through the back side of the hood, and then the mount should be good to go. I am 100% eyeballing this right now. Right there. Right there. All right, guys, I think we have the official mounting point for the horns. I like it. Let's drill some holes. What could go wrong, honestly? Oh, shit. That went in far. I think I just blocked that whole thing. Alright, so it's about 10 minutes later. We do have the actual mount mounted up. She's good to go. Put up the hood real quick here for you guys. We got the holes drilled. Perfect. We got them mounted up in there. They have been done a little bit better, a little bit cleaner. Yes, I'm not a master customizer, fabricator, whatever, but it fits perfect. Everything, it's solid. It ain't going nowhere, that's for sure. We can now move on to the horns. So that brings up a couple issues, or just one, really. A, we have to mount the actual horn, which is no big deal. The way that these are mounted here, we are going to have to refabricate the horns themselves because of this big washer that we got down there mounting the actual mount to the hood. We are going to have to trim the horn a little bit. Not a major deal. I didn't really want to do that, but I think that's going to be the only way to do it. So it's starting to get late, and I still have to paint the doors tonight. So I'm going to put you guys on time lapse and get this thing knocked out. Guys, the first gen is officially done with paint and the BullHorns. We are leaving right now. Currently, we gotta go get this thing loaded up. It is heading to Tennessee in the morning. I am so excited for this truck to finally be how I actually want it to be. Time to get on the road. Here to Tennessee, Jamestown, Tennessee for Fitzgerald's truck meet. First gen is here. As far as the whole Longhorn and decal on the side or paint on the side goes, everything turned out great. We did have a little bit of issue with the paint after it rained out last night, but I think we got it figured out, right, Billy?
I think it's good.
Longhorns just made it 12.5 hours going 80 miles an hour, so Longhorns are on there. They ain't coming off. But yeah, we're calling it a night here.